What's going on, guys? I'm back again at another video and another mount. So this mount goes on to a Predator or an Old Town Predator kayak. This is for the 2019 models, and I'm assuming up into the 2020s. Anything with a power pole bracket on the back of the Predators, this will mount right to it. So we have the adjustments here that you can slide it back and forth onto the boat. We have our quarter 20 hole, or our quarter 20 pre-drilled, pre-tapped holes, so you can move your chute anywhere you want. This is a little bit more of a simple mount, but the best part about it, guys, is if you still wanted to use a power pole, you could still use this with a power pole. And so you can bolt right through the power pole, through this plate and into the boat. And then with the rudder, this won't interfere with your rudder at all. This won't interfere with anything. This is just going to make it so you can adjust it, the chute off the side of the boat, and the anchor won't hit the boat. Guys, I'm going to show you a little top view of it right now. Alright guys, so this is the top view of the mount. Like I said, these are the power pole. These are for the power pole holes in the back of the boat. This is for the chute. These are what we're going to supply for hardware. These are quarter 20 button head bolts. And the reason we're supplying button heads is they're a lot more low profile, so you will have to have a wrench for it. But yeah, guys, right here is all you need to mount this up, and including the chute. So I'm going to jump over to the boat right now. I'm going to show you how to mount it up. It's pretty simple, but I'm going to jump over there right now and show you how to do it. So we're on the back of the boat right now, and I got the mount in my hand. So as you can kind of see that the pattern is kind of shifted. It's shifted this way, and the reason we did that is to bring it more to the back of the boat. And what that helps with, really helps with is what it really helps with, guys, is making sure that your anchor can get far enough back to where it doesn't hit your boat. So I'm gonna flip it. You know, if I flip it this way right here, and put it right on the pattern just like this, I'm actually not going to really utilize, it wouldn't utilize going back far enough. So if you flip it back over and put the slots that are closer to the edge of the plate towards the front of the boat, it actually brings your anchor up closer. So if I lay this in here and I line it up, what I always like to do first is just start these quarter 20s in here. And I wouldn't tighten any of them until you get them all started, because sometimes what happens when you get one started, one could be crooked, and then it becomes a little bit more difficult. So I like to get them all just started into the boat. And then when they're started into the boat, when they're started into the boat, you can tighten them down. Now, before you tighten them down, I'm actually going to shift this one all the way out like that. So like I said, you can bring it in here. I'm going to shift it all the way in. I'm going to shift it all the way out because I want to utilize this plate as far out as possible. I'm going to just take my wrench. I'm just gonna start snugging them up a little bit. Once they get all snugged up, you can take them. You just take your wrench again and just go through and just slightly tighten them. You don't need to over tighten these a lot. These don't take much to tighten at all. So just like that, guys. Super simple, it's on there. Again, one thing to keep in mind is keep the slots that are closer to the edge of the plate, put those towards the front of the boat. And then slide it any way you want. Your chute will mount right here, you can put it any ways. I'm gonna jump over to, basically, I actually have a chute right here I'll use. So as you're using this plate, I have a chute you can mount up. I have a chute I can mount up. Take my quarter 20s and get them started. And again, guys, the best part about this plate too, with it having these two options to mount this chute down, is you can put it right on the edge and have it come straight back, or you can actually tilt it out to the side like this. Get it if you're using an anchor that has more of a claw on it. So if it has a really wide claw on it, you can slide it over to get it even farther away from your boat, because you don't want it hitting your boat as it comes up out of the water. Mine, I don't have a big claw on my anchor, so I'm going to keep mine straight with the boat. So I'm going to keep mine straight with the boat right now. I'm going to put this last bolt in here, and as we get doing this, I'm going to show you that as you can see that when you lift the rudder up, which I'm going to do that right now. As you lift the rudder up, so the rudder's going to come over, it's going to fall down, put it in the sock. So you can still use the rudder stowing position. And like I said, when the rudder's deployed, you know, when you deploy the rudder, there's no interference at all, which is awesome for this. And you can still use a power pole if you wanted to use a power pole with this bracket. You shift your chute off, you can use a power pole on there. You're not drilling into the boat, so you're really utilizing every position you possibly could on this boat. We're working on the front one for a mount right, or a front a front mount too as well. But for this rear mount, we're gonna make it out of aluminum because it sticks so far out. We were gonna go to plastic, but we noticed we would have to even go thicker and thicker with the plastic, which we couldn't really utilize cost. Basically, aluminum became cheaper than plastic as we went thicker with plastic. So yeah, guys, this is gonna be available on our site here in a couple days. Make sure you check it out on anchorwizard.com. Check out all of our social media. All right, guys, that was the mount for that was the rear mount for a Predator. Like I said, it only will work on the boats that have the rear power pole mount. That's made specifically for that. We're trying to come out with some for older models, and like I said just a little earlier, that we are coming out with one that'll fit the front of the boat. And the best part about the one that we're working on that's fitting the front of the boat is that one too is going to be, you don't have to drill into the boat. It was a little bit more tricky. I think you guys are gonna like it, and I'm gonna post that up here pretty soon as well. But make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Check us out on all of our social media. We got some new things coming out this year, and we're trying to keep working forward. I'm trying to actually get a little bit of a YouTube series going, and it's been a little difficult trying to bounce back and forth, building the new product and then introducing it and stuff like that. We're starting to get the hang of it as a new company. I mean, we've been in the market for a little bit of time, but it's still been a struggle for us. But again, thank you guys for all the support. It's been awesome. I appreciate it. And if you guys need anything at all, please get a hold of us. We'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions. And thank you, and be safe out on the water, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.